The hour is now for game changers to emerge.
Be truthful to who you are. Life is so short.
So it drives me nuts when people say we don't have the time. We have 24 hours a day.
I am much more valuable to my family and to my community because I was willing to let them go through the door myself, teach myself, learn myself, condition myself, and then come back and get them.
You're either going to get healthier and wealthier, or you're going to go bust. Your choice.
Pursue what you really want with everything you've got.
What's up, guys? Tyler Johnson here. I'm currently 3.5 weeks post-show, post-Olympia. So I'm currently just at the end of my reverse a little bit right now, and then I'm heading into my off-season. Today we're gonna hit some shoulders, and I'm gonna give you some tips. And if you have any questions or anything regarding how I train shoulders or workout tips or anything, just let me know. Gonna get after it, and we're just gonna get juicy today. So let's go. Okay, so one thing I add to my presses especially is in the middle of the rep, I pause. Because what I want to do is just stop the tension a little bit, and in doing so, I'm creating more tension. So as an intensifier to create more tension is as I'm pressing with my shoulders, the hands are just a passenger. I'm not gripping it as hard as I can to push as hard as I can. I'm letting the hands a little bit loose, and I'm locking the shoulders in. Everything's locked into one plane of motion. You don't want to be moving. You don't want to be rocking. Lock the joints in, up with the shoulders. And then I'll stop it mid-rep to create more tension. And then not only that, but you can find the tension. You can find where you're trying to lock in, and you can maintain that on the way down. And then you can maintain that force of tension through the entire rep. And because I'm not personally trying to build my shoulders necessarily, I'm not trying to put mass on, I'm not going too crazy heavy with the presses. Whereas if I was, not that I'd go overly heavy where my form is, where I sacrifice form. What I would do, is I would do more heavy presses like barbell presses, honestly, or dumbbell presses. And I would go a little bit heavier where the focus is on, progressive overload, not only with the weight, but with the tension and time under tension. So that's why I do the machines. Honestly, it's because I'm not necessarily trying to build my shoulders. I'm just trying to work on them and refine them and keep the blood in there. That's why I also superset my presses with the lateral. More so to warm everything up, get the joints warmed up and the tendons, but because I'm not necessarily trying to grow my shoulders. So if I were, I probably wouldn't be supersetting with laterals to start. I would usually be doing my heavy press and sort of putting as much energy into that as I can. Another way that you can add tension to your laterals, whether it be dumbbell or machine, is stop the tension at the very top of the movement. So rather than swinging up and going down, swinging up and going down, you stay locked in, lock the joints in. What I do is roll the shoulders forward slightly, and I actually turn the wrist in a little bit to lock in the joints, lock in the tendons, just keep it in one plane of motion. Up, stop, resist gravity. Up, stop, resist gravity. You're not dropping it, you're not letting the tension go. You stay with time under tension, you stay in tension. Up, stop, resist gravity. The Olympia sweater's coming off, so you know we mean business now. Oh man, ice water's so good. So we're getting ready for the pyramid set of death, basically. 10 sets, reps are 10 to 15, 15 with the lower weight, 10 with the higher weight. The rests in between are like 15 to 20 seconds, so there's no fucking around. It's just business, and it's just straight sets basically. I'm gonna take a little bit of a rest as I go up, but on the way down, it's straight sets and just work. So you want to build big shoulders, got to do shit that you really don't want to do, and that's just the way of life. So again, roll shoulders forward slightly, turn the wrist a little bit, get everything locked in, and I'm coming a little bit forward, again, like a 45-degree angle. I'm not going right to the side. If you go right to the side, see how I'm lifting my traps. You don't want to go too forward, then you're going to hit the front delt. Let's go right in between. Hold. Sets, those are my lighter sets, 20s and 25s. I usually just do 15 reps, get the blood pumping, and then I'll go 30, 35. I'll probably do 12 reps, and then 40, 45, probably 10 reps. As I work my way down, it's more so AMRAP, as many reps as possible, but I do try and stay within that range. And then usually on my last set, I basically just go until my arms fall off. So might be 10 reps, might be 20, might be 50, might be 100, I don't know. Kind of figured out in the moment. And see how far you're willing to go. So it's part of the fun. Another thing, like we discussed, as you may notice, is I maintain the tension from start to finish. There's no point in time where I lose tension or where I give up tension. Time under tension is how you build muscle. So stay in tension. Still working.
Ain't no fear here.
Still working.
You ain't giving this all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
So another lateral tip as well that I think will help a lot of people actually, because a lot of people don't understand sort of like where you're navigating the tension sort of thing. And the cue that I think will help a lot of people, I thought about this on the way, is like if you're trying to touch your hands to the wall almost, you're trying to spread as far as you can. So you're almost like trying to spread them apart versus just like trying to lift up. Although I think a lot of people end up doing like a half upright row or just some weird, I don't even know what they're doing. They're kind of like rotating their forearms and trying to lift up with their traps. Just rotate the shoulders forward, stay locked in. Just try and touch your hands to the wall basically. Just spreading them wide. That's all you're doing.
We never done that. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way.
Now we're just straight dropping. This is where the fun starts. It's gonna get hard, and that's when you just keep pushing, because who gives a fuck? Nobody. Come on. When you can't keep going, that's when you do partials. Because again, no one gives a fuck if you can't keep going. The work has to get done no matter what. So you can bitch and cry about it, but the work's got to get done if you want to get to where you want to be. So you just got to do it. Oh, fuck. Okay, and that's that. So kind of wish I was just going home now, but still got more work to do. We got a fucking pump though. Man, it's like the first time I've had like a really good pump So with rear delts, I also see this done not right a lot of the time. And I'm sure there's a lot of ways to do it. So I'm not saying my way is the only way, but this is just how I do it. And what I'll do is, again, rotate. I'm actually rotating the elbows up, but I'm rotating the shoulders forward as well. Locking it in. And I'm using the elbows to drive the tension. So I'm not grabbing and putting the tension in my hand to get it to swing it. I'm actually using the elbows to drive the tension back, and that way you can connect to the rear delt. Chest up as well. And again, stop and drag. You're gonna drag the tension. You're not just gonna drop it, okay? Stop and drag. Stop, flex, drag. That's it. Drive with the elbows until you can't go any further. You basically want to think about touching your elbows together. And that's how you're going to activate the rear delt as much as you can. Another thing is, you'll notice how I'm a little bit bent instead of straight. I find that the straighter you are, the more tricep you're going to activate. So I find a lot of people have issues with activating too much tricep when they're hitting rear delts. And I believe it's just because your arm's a little bit too straight. See how I'm like, my triceps flex the whole time, and now at the top of the movement, I'm just flexing all triceps. So what I do is I'll kind of do like a slight bend, and then that way I disengage the tricep and keep the tension on my rear delts as much as I can, and use the elbows to drive the tension. Fuck. Oh my God. We'll do some face pulls with the rope, and then I kind of want to superset it. So I'm thinking rope face pulls and superset with some straight bar raises or some dumbbell raises or something, or cable raises. Yeah, finish off something like that. So getting geared up for war. S-Force watches, code Tyler 15, save 15%. And they just came out with one. It's called the Dark Knight, and it's freaking sick. It's all black, and I want it, so that's gonna be my next purchase for sure. My shoulders are so fucking pumped right now. That kind of hurts. Again, that's part of the fun of getting juicy. Sometimes it hurts. Gotta embrace the pain a little bit. Probably won't be able to drive home properly, but it's part of the fun.
Tyler gets in a car accident, you know why.
You know why, exactly. I couldn't turn. Happens sometimes, man. Like I'll get in my car after like shoulders, I'm like struggling to get my arms up, or chest, I can't like rotate the wheel. The worst I ever had was after a leg day. This was not that long ago, probably sometime in the summer. And I had such a crazy leg day. Maybe it was post-show or something. I couldn't actually get my foot from the gas to the brake. Yeah, I like couldn't do that. Like wasn't able to do that. That was the first time I was legitimately like, I fucked up. Like I was actually a little bit scared, because I was driving from like Welland to St. Catharines, so it's like a 20-minute drive. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And then like getting out of my car, going up my stairs, getting up and down out of my chair, I was like, oh my God, dude. Like at that point I started contemplating, like, do I just do men's physique and just stop training legs? Like, just kidding, men's physique, guys. Don't take it personally. Come on. Yep. there. I'm not grabbing as much weight as I can, and simply I see this all the time. Make sure that you're maintaining that full range of motion with all movements and keeping the muscle, the isolated muscle, under tension from start to finish during the eccentric and the concentric, you know, the contraction, the negative, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure that you're maintaining that tension through the movement. Also, if you want this shirt to make yourself look juicy, it's Jed North, and you can use code Tyler for 15% off. Don't forget S4 swatches, code Tyler 15. And then also Believe supplements, if you're looking for anything, your supplement needs, code Tyler as well for that. I'll let it pull me a little bit, get that full range, loosen the hands, just use the traps. You want to make sure you're throwing a couple barks in there to let people know you mean business. I ain't fucking around. All right. Last set, best set. Whew. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys, that's everything for today. That's my shoulder workout. I'm at Pure Muscle. I'm currently going into my off season. Like, subscribe, comment. If there's any questions you have for any content that you want to see, let me know. If there's any questions you have regarding my shoulder workout, regarding any other workout, let me know for content. If there's anything that you want to see going forward, let me know as well, or just let me know your thoughts on the video. Again, Jed North, code Tyler. Believe supplements, code Tyler. And S4 swatches, code Tyler 15. And until next time, get juicy.